Chainsaw Massacre for the Atari 2600. That was an instant status boost. When I was a kid, we used to trade Atari 2600 game cards.
If you can't win up to $900 in your real cash game, just delete the app. Why don't you try Tang Luck? This game is free and chase the jackpot thrill. No ads, no scams. You have a chance to win up to $900. Tap this video to download and try it now. You can win up.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Baltimore Ravens. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Allen looking to throw it right at the outset. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 28.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Allen off the play fake. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. A give right side for Pacheco. Got a result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now Allen. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Ravens nothing.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They go play action with Jackson. Checks this one down. It's Mitchell. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down. You look at this Buffalo defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Now it's Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. The Ravens at 1-9 now on the year, and they come in just an absolute free fall. Losers now, Charles, of 7 in a row.
And I think this is where, in a locker room, a lot of the team looks to their best players and even silently asks for them to guide them out of this. You know, we've got to be better than what we've shown. We need you to lead us.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there. I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
Here's Jackson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Again, Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Banks. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now a 1st carry for their fullback. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Now 2nd and 9. They'll try the left side. It's Graham. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
Finish it on! Get on! 180!
They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
3rd and goal at the 4-yard line. Mitchell. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Graham. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
What's that?
Quick throw here by Allen, complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after 1. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That's good for a Bill.
It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Up the middle they go. Callaway. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
Pardon, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On play action, Allen. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Pacheco is in. Touchdown, Bills. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic, and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation, because
there he goes, left side. Down the left sideline. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Oh, now what's the dropping back more than 10 yards?
64 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
2nd and 10. Firing quickly is Allen. That's complete. Down the right sideline. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 37.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 10 more there and another 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Here's Allen. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now, because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10. So now they can keep grinding out first downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. The carry here for the big tight end. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Throwing now is Allen. And he's got it. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. Patterson's kick is good. So 3 points on the board. As easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Warner. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
1st and 10.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory, right at the 40. Now a handoff up the middle. Graham. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Second down and 8. Now it's Jackson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Throwing is Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's Hardman to return. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. play action. Allen. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The end result, 21 yards.
And the Bills.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now a 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Now this time, Allen will throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Allen now looks to throw. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Again, they'll throw with Allen. That is caught. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 19.
That's another Bills 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Allen going to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now Allen again. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Ravens 13.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out, continue to throw the ball effectively.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
42-yard line.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 42-yard line.
Real quick.
Jackson now. And that is incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Hines. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 30. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to the ground here. Mitchell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Terrell Bernard getting in there to drop him for a sack.
Tyler Luke on for the Ravens field goal.
And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the 2nd half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On 1st down, Callaway. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. The 20. 5. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bills are able to add on to that lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Ravens 13.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
We're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He finds his man, complete. That's Hines. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play action. Now Jackson finds Hines again for the completion. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Jackson will throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Hines. And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Ball on the 27. Here's second and a couple. They go play action with Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. 18 yards that time to push him up, first and goal.
First down and goal to go.
Hold on, ready?
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now it's Jackson. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
Third and goal, Jackson. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. Tyler Luke now to try the field goal. And that is going to be no good. He pushed it wide to the right.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Ball on the 36 now. Here's second and 5. Now a give, right side. Callaway. Fighting his way through contact. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens' 6-yard line. 75 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described. Manhandling the defensive front. They get the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
It's now fourth down and goal.
Patterson's kick is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so that you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try to find some targets in the open field downfield. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Jackson going to keep it. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag. Wait a second, that's got to be a mistake. They declined it.
That doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, it doesn't at all, because you want that penalty. All right, they just picked up a first down, right? You want the penalty.
I am so confused right now. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Now again, right side, Callaway. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
87 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. A handoff now for Pacheco. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal.
I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts, Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
They'll run here with Pacheco. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
He'll try again, and he will again go backwards as they drive him back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run with Pacheco. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Patterson's kick is good. And the Bills will add on to their lead. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
35-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
2nd and 9.
It's hot! It's hot! 180! It's hot!
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
It's not! It's not!
Up the middle they go. It's Graham. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
180! It's hot! 180! It's hot!
On 3rd down, Graham. Yeah, this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Bills, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, their woes continue as the record falls now to 1-10. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.